Hey, Topping a nice math industry, and we are going to take a look at vertical angles and opposite rays. So in this video, we're going to learn about two things, what vertical angles are and what opposite rays are. But when you think of vertical angles, or when you hear the word vertical, you probably think of something falling, like this. Well, that is one definition of vertical. Something that is completely going up or down, or something that is falling down. But vertical angles is a little bit different. And opposite rays is something that's very easy to learn about in geometry. To understand vertical angles, we need to think about and learn about opposite rays first. So here are the opposite rays. It means two collinear rays that have the same or common endpoint and can extend in different directions. Here we have A, B, C, but we're gonna say and conclude that there are rays and A is a midpoint. Type in the comments below what else you can conclude. Well, we can say that AB as a ray and AC as a ray are going to be opposite rays. The reason why is a ray is where it starts at something and it goes on forever and ever to a different direction. So let's start at A. Then we want to go towards B. So ray AB is going this way. Now here's A again, but a different direction. AC is this way. So that is an example of opposite rays. Two collinear rays that have the same endpoint, but they can extend in different directions.
Come on! That all you got? Like a chariot! Boss! Look! Let's go!
Clear 7!
Now, if we now understand about opposite rays, why don't we also learn about vertical angles, which is right over here on top of it? Vertical angles is another thing that's easy to kind of look at. It happens when there are two angles which sides are opposite rays. So earlier, we learned about opposite rays, but now we have two angles that are opposites and have rays. And the formula or theorem for short is VAT, the vertical angle theorem. So with this diagram right here, we can say that 1 and 2 are vertical angles. Angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. They don't have to be pointing up towards the sky or falling to the ground, but basically they are opposite rays that are congruent to each other, and also they're literally on both sides. We could also say that angle 3 and angle 4, angle 3 and angle 4 are vertical angles. So angle 3 and angle 4 are also aka vertical angles. So here's an example where two angles which sides are opposite rays, or the vertical angle theorem. Okay, so if we now learn about opposite rays, and now we learned about vertical angles, let's do a little challenge. The challenge is, you see this figure right here, there's no solving or proving, but which of the two angles are aka, also known as, vertical angles? So which two of the angles look like they are vertical angles? Type in the comments below. I'll give out the answer in 5 seconds. Pause the video if you need more time. Okay, so if you got an answer on this, you probably came up with a lot of ideas, but remember that the vertical angles kind of have to be congruent, and they have to be the opposite with two rays. There's one rule to this game, that when we did the math part, we could only do rays or angles that are in singles. If you said, for example, like 6 is going to be equal to 2 and 3, for example, that does work, but it breaks one rule. You can only have one figure as one figure that are vertical angles. If you said that angle 1, and you also said that angle 4 are it, that's the answer, because they look both like congruent. And there are two opposite rays. Here's an example. Here's one ray, and here is the other ray, surrounding the two angles. And that is the puzzle. And not only that, we now know what vertical angles are and what opposite rays are. Thank you for watching Top Penalized Math Industry. I hope this video has helped you understand this video, or understand the math part. Like and subscribe.